What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Bulls actually didn't have a bad start to a game this time. I mean, if you consider 12-2 not necessarily the baddest start in the world, but at the end of the day, they came back fairly quickly from that deficit and it almost looked like they were going to produce a great game until the fourth quarter came around. And that's when the Bulls really got dismantled, picked apart, and absolutely destroyed by the Miami Heat. And to be honest, if you actually thought the Bulls were going to beat Miami twice in a row, well, again, I just feel like we might have been asking for too much there by this Bulls team. Before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls game today, your player of the game, if it really does matter in your hearts who the player of the game is, and your thoughts on how poorly the Chicago Bulls played. We lost this game 118-100. So in the end, an 18-point loss for the Chicago Bulls. Where did it all go wrong? How could we lose by 18 points when we were close to competitive, around a 12-point margin, 10-point margin with the Miami Heat all game? Well, let's start off with the first thing. Miami won every single quarter. They scored more than the Bulls in every single quarter, so that already spells disaster for the Chicago Bulls. There's literally, again, it's impossible to win a game if you don't win a quarter in a game. So as simple as that, basic math. There you go. That's the big reason why we lost the game, but I'm sure there is more. There is definitely more. The fourth quarter came around and the coaching really kicked into play for the Miami Heat. Again, they came in with adjustments. They came in with a game plan. They came in with a mindset. They saw and studied and analyzed the Chicago Bulls in the first game, where we went wrong, where we went right. And they adjusted. There was a lot more points in the paint for the Miami Heat. There was a lot better three-point shots for the Miami Heat. Their bench contributed a lot more in this game than they did in the last game. All these things adds up to Miami scoring 118 points. But they entered the post. That was a big thing as well. They took advantage of a lot more post plays in this game compared to what they did in the last time out. So at the end of the day, it all adds up. I think one of the first things I said at the beginning of this game was, when you see the Chicago Bulls and how they won that game against Miami, it wasn't an amazing performance the first time around. It wasn't. The Bulls still sucked offensively. The Bulls still were down big in the first quarter. And Miami had no bench production and did not shoot the three well. And because of that, they allowed the Bulls to come back and win that game. If you're going to verse the Miami Heat when they're shooting the three well, Kyle Lowry, big shots, Jaquez or whatever you want to call him, he made some big shots for the Miami Heat. Kevin Love made some threes for the Miami Heat. All of a sudden, all these guys making threes. Duncan Robinson, with his quick 11 points in the first quarter. All these threes, all these big shots are going to hurt any team. And it hurt the Chicago Bulls today. But it was a different game from the other times around. Yes, 100 points is a terrible return. Again, it seems like we're just around that 90-point range these days. We cracked triple digits today, which is, I guess, something to talk about. But either way, it's still a very, very bad return. It shows that the Bulls still didn't have a great game. It shows that some people may have checked out. It shows that, again, in the fourth quarter, we simply just did not have what it takes to get it done. Some guys weren't aggressive today. Zach LaVine, I'm looking at here. Wasn't necessarily the aggressive Zach LaVine you expected. Only had 2 shots in the first half, I believe, or maybe it was 4. I can't remember, but I think he ended the night on like 5 shots or something like that. That's just not good enough for a guy like Zach LaVine. You expect him to be more aggressive and shoot the ball, especially when the efficiency was on his side today. So that made no sense to me. I don't understand why Zach LaVine wasn't aggressive enough, but he tried to play make, which is something, I guess. I'm not going to say Zach LaVine had a terrible game, but he wasn't amazing either. He was pretty bang average. Maybe slightly below average, I would say. But anyway, for his caliber, we know he could do much better than that, and he should be doing much better than that. But either way, it is what it is. We just got outclassed and outworked and outcoached by a better team. Let's just put it how it is. Let's not sugarcoat things here. Again, we did beat Miami the first time around, and I do think we have good matchups against the Miami Heat. I think the matchups favor us. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean we're a better team than Miami. We are not. We are not a better team than Miami. We haven't been a better team than Miami. We probably won't be a better team than Miami for a long time. We got outworked and outclassed, out-hustled, and outcoached by the better team. That's all I could really put it down to. There's no main big reason why we lost. Miami did a great job of limiting turnovers in the first half. I think that was a big thing for them. The Bulls, of course, gave away the ball. And yeah, again, there's just so many things to point out. It's just we lost to the better team. I mean, there's no other way to say it. There's no other way to say it. Like, if there's a close game and you can define it as one possession that cost us the game, kind of like how Jimmy Butler sold in that first game with that shot. In this game, there's no real defining reason. We actually played better than we normally do. In my eyes, at least. We just got outplayed by the better team. It is what it is. Miami get their revenge over the Chicago Bulls. I'm sure they'll be happy and ecstatic. And we'll see what ends up happening in the future with the next game against the OKC Thunder. Again, the Bulls continue to go on their losing ways. We now have hit double-digit losses in the season, which is it's something. I guess if you want to lose, this is a good thing, I guess. Where, you know, we've joined a couple of other teams in double-digit defeats. 5 wins, 10 losses, you know, double the losses than wins. I don't know. Our next game's against the Thunder. I can't see us winning that game either, in all fairness. We'll see how things go. It doesn't look like it's going to get any easier for the Bulls. There's a lot of away games coming up. We've got OKC, then the Raptors, then the Nets, then the Boston Celtics, all away from home in the next upcoming game. So look, we're about to find out if the Bulls play better away from home or at home in that stretch. Because I think those games can be winnable, but they're very much losable as well. In fact, they're more likely to be losable than winnable. So let's see what ends up happening. But I am going to end this video right here. My player of the game is Coby White, by the way. But thank you all for watching. Drop a like and a follow and or subscribe if you are new. See you in the next Chicago Bulls game reaction. I'm off to get some sleep. Yep. Goodbye. Take care. And peace.